Hey guys, Eternize here. In this video we're gonna answer the question why hardstyle is so loud. And to answer the question we have to explore multiple different subjects to fully understand why. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. First, when talking about loudness, we need to understand how we measure and perceive loudness. And the best tool we have for that is an LUFS meter. LUFS stands for loudness units full scale and give you a reading in negative numbers. So the closer we are to zero, the louder the music is perceived. And the key word here is perceived because an LUFS meter is specifically tuned for how the human ear perceives music. So what does that mean? Well, compared to other measuring tools, LUFS specifically accounts for three things: human hearing sensitivity, time, and dynamic range. So the human hearing component, we perceive mid-frequencies louder than the extremes. Okay, so we're more sensitive to the mids over the highs and the lows. LUFS accounts for this. So in order for your music to measure loud on an LUFS meter, you'd need your mid-frequencies to stand out in the mix. The time component means that to read loud on an LUFS, on average the level has to be sustained over time. Okay, so short bursts of loudness doesn't read as loud as sustained energy. And lastly, dynamic range. In order to read loud on an LUFS meter, there will have to be little to no variation between quiet and loud parts. So if you want to hit that -3 LUFS target, which is extremely loud, you'd want a constant sustained energy level, and you'd especially want your mid frequencies to be very present in the mix. So now that we know how to measure perceived loudness, let's talk about the specific aspects of hardstyle that makes this genre so loud. As in every digital genre, in hardstyle we use a lot of compression and saturation to get to a certain loudness standard. But that's not necessarily something out of the ordinary, but what is unique for hardstyle is the fact that we literally embrace distortion, right? We use distortion to create most of the sounds that make hardstyle unique. Think of the kicks, the screeches, the lead sounds. But apart from that, distortion is a key part of how mixing is done in hardstyle. You see, without controlled distortion, hardstyle would never be able to reach the loudness it has today. An example of this would be to look at how leads are composed. Any lead you listen to in a professional track today is heavily clipped and by definition distorted. But why don't you perceive this distortion then? Well, leads today are created by stacking multiple synth layers and making them all go into the same bus with a clipper in the end. And when they all hit the clipper, they do distort, but it's a controlled and additive distortion. So the added distortion can be some top-end fuzz or some added mid-range body. Distortion often has a negative connotation to it in a mixing sense, but actually in hardstyle we really take advantage of that extra loudness and sound design features that distortion offers also in mixing. Also in the mixing and mastering department, if we dive into psychoacoustics, distortion in general is one of those things that the human ear just perceives as louder. So the fact that we in hardstyle deliberately use distortion in mixing, it's like an aesthetic that we're actively seeking, right? That alone would mean that the genre just feels louder compared to genres that don't use distortion the same way. Next thing to talk about that make hardstyle loud has to do with the individual components or instruments. We can agree that the main components of hardstyle is the lead and the kick. And if we take a look at both components individually, they're both designed to stand out and be as impressive and loud as they can on their own. Now, the main attraction of most tracks is the part where kick and lead are played together in the climax. So what we have is two incredibly loud and completely maxed out sounds that are played together in the same section. This, of course, will result in very loud music. So loud, in fact, that we have to use specific effects such as sidechaining to somehow make the two sounds coexist. This literally would not be possible without the use of sidechaining. But the fact is, in hardstyle, all of the individual components are designed to be dominant in the mix. And more often than not, two or more of these components are played at the same time, so that in the end just result in loud music. Hey guys, real quick, I'm gonna ask for a small favor. I am fully committed to keep sharing my knowledge with you with these videos, and if you share my enthusiasm for hardstyle, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button and also comment down below so that the YouTube algorithm can get this out to the people with our shared interest. Thank you so much, and back to the video. Last thing to look at is frequency density. So building on the last point, part of the reason why the individual components are so loud and dominant in the mix is the fact that all of the major components are present in the entire frequency spectrum. Think of the lead. You often have dedicated layers for your low end, and then you have layers that fill out the mid and high frequencies. Same thing goes for your hardstyle kick. You have the sub, and then you have the following harmonics, and then you have the mid body for the character, and the high end for the crunch. So I like to compare this with pop music. In pop music, you have individual components to fill out specific parts of the frequency spectrum. So for example, you have the hi-hat to fill out the higher frequencies, then you have the kick to fill out the lower part, and for the middle part you have things like guitars and the vocals, right? So every part of the frequency spectrum have their designated instrument to make sure that that part is filled out. Now in hardstyle we have less active instruments, but the ones we do have fill out the frequency range to a much larger degree, right? For the main part in hardstyle, we don't need a kick, a bass, a vocal, guitar, strings and hi-hat to fill out the spectrum. We just need a lead and a kick, right? So frequency density is a big part of what makes this possible, and at the same time is one of the reasons why hardstyle is so loud. Alright guys, that's all I had for this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.